Have you ever tried to cram a navigation path onto a mobile screen only to have it look like a complete mess? Well, if that sounds familiar, you're going to love this. We're about to do a visual tour of the B4X DaisyBreadcrumbs component, a UI tool that handles this exact problem with some real elegance. Let's get right into it. So here's the game plan. We'll start with a quick refresher on what breadcrumbs are. Then we'll see how this component actually builds the path, how it cleverly deals with tiny screens, and my favorite part, how it handles scaling. After that, we'll peek under the hood at the properties and then wrap it all up with the main takeaway for you as a developer. All right, so first things first. Before they dive into the component itself, let's make sure we're all on the same page. What exactly are UI breadcrumbs? You know them, you've seen them. Put simply, they're that little trail of links that shows you exactly where you are inside an app. Think of it like a digital map of your journey. It gives users a constant sense of place and an easy way to backtrack. It's a small thing for sure, but it gives your users a huge sense of control. Okay, so now let's see how this particular component goes about building that trail. It starts off really simple, but it gets pretty powerful pretty fast. So here it is in its most basic form. You've got a series of text labels. Home and documents, you can click those to go back. But that last item, add document, that's where you are right now, so it's not clickable. I mean, this is classic intuitive stuff. But just text is only the beginning. This is where it starts to get really cool. You can add icons. Notice how each crumb gets its own little SVG? This gives you a really strong visual cue without messing up that clean horizontal layout. It just makes the whole thing scannable in a split second. And for all you developers watching, you might be wondering if this is a hassle to implement. And the answer is a big nope. It's this one incredibly straightforward line of code. You just add an item with its text, an icon if you want one, and whether or not it's clickable. A dead simple API for a really powerful result. All right, let's tackle one of the biggest headaches in mobile design, horizontal space. There's just never enough of it. So what happens when our little breadcrumb trail gets a bit too long for its own good? This is a classic problem, right? Does it just wrap around and look awful? Does it cut off the text with those ugly dots? Well, this component has a much, much smarter answer. And the solution is, it scrolls. It's so simple, it's beautiful. Instead of breaking the whole layout, the entire trail just becomes this smooth, horizontally scrolling area. This keeps your UI looking totally clean, and the user can still get to every single step in their path. And the magic behind the scenes? Well, it's not really magic. It's just a smart technical choice. The whole thing is built on a horizontal scroll view. It's a simple, solid foundation that creates a way better user experience. Okay, the scrolling is cool, but now we're getting to what I think is the most impressive part of this whole component. We've seen that it's functional and responsive, but turns out it's also visually brilliant. Now this is the key. When you change the text size, you're not just changing the font. Pay attention to this part. Everything scales together. The icons, those little arrow separators, even the empty space between the items. It all moves in proportion. And here's the proof. Just look at this. On the top, you've got the small text small preset, and on the bottom, the text XL. See what's happening? The folder icon, the text icon, they grow perfectly with the words. The spacing opens up, the separators stay aligned. It's not just bigger text. The whole element has been intelligently rescaled. Now that is some thoughtful design. And the best part? This is all managed for you with these simple presets. You just go into the designer, pick a size from small to extra large, and the component handles all that complex math for you. No need to fiddle with anything manually. So let's quickly pop the hood and look at a few other key properties that make this component so dang easy to work with. Okay, text size, we just covered that one. Current index is also super useful. It lets you programmatically set which item is the current, non-clickable one. And I love this detail. Setting it to -1 automatically just makes it the last item. Smart. And of course, you've got your basic on and off switches for enabled and visible. Simple and effective. So after seeing all that, what's the big picture here? What's the real takeaway for anyone out there building mobile apps? It really boils down to these 4 things. It's flexible, it'll take text, icons, or a mix of both. It's responsive, solving that overflow problem with that slick horizontal scroll. It's proportional, so it looks fantastic at any size. And maybe most importantly, it's just plain easy to use. It wraps up a ton of tricky UI logic into one simple, powerful package. And that kind of leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? It just goes to show how a seemingly simple little thing like a breadcrumb, when it's designed with this level of care, can do so much more than just show a path. It can genuinely improve the entire feel and polish of your app. It's a perfect example of how really great components lead to a truly great user experience.